I'm Joanne Ma, and I'll be presenting our paper, How Much Connection Did You Get? Drinking Journaling Data Through Hot Cocoa. Technology-driven capture of memories often involves constant rote archiving of individual moments. As we are overwhelmed by a deluge of photos, words, and recordings, we find ourselves collecting bits and pieces more than we contextualize and revisit. We took journaling, a practice popularly used to express past feelings and promote self-conversation, to examine how we could revisit these past written expressions, but in a way that invites self-reflection and resynthesis beyond rote reading, capturing not just words, but the life and emotion reflected by those words through flavor. We chose edible representations because of flavor's immense power to tie together language, experience, memory, while retaining a strong sense of subjectivity and flexibility. Our system is comprised of four main stages which guides the user's interaction flow, the first being to invite users to journal on a laptop about anything on their mind, where their entry is then passed into an algorithm we created that translates text to flavor mappings. We did this through compiling poems, stories, and entries in labeled corpus, where texts were converted to numerical vectors via transformal neural networks. The numerical values are then converted into a recipe for a cup of hot cocoa. As the ingredients are being dispensed, the box also prints a receipt as shown on the slide. We wanted users to have some sense of how the computational output was generated, while also playfully acknowledging the precision of computational interpretations of their entries, inviting users to create their own. Furthermore, by presenting the most closely matching poem and story at the bottom of the receipt, users could have some sense of how the system thought about their journal entry beyond the assigned numbers. This would further invite users to reflect on similarities between others' users' experiences and their own, or find meaning in their contrast. Afterwards, users can mix all the pre-measured and dispensed ingredients in their cup to enjoy. Participants were very eager to start journaling on the station laptop, writing about their stresses of their week or day, and even specific occasions and highlights, such as meeting out-of-town friends. We also noticed that people started referring to emotions as drink flavors and asked their friends questions like, how much connection did you get in your hot cocoa, in place of, how was your day? A lot of the dialogues and interactions we observed showed participants began equating hot cocoa flavors to emotional and daily activities. For example, there were instances where friends predicted what flavors would represent their friend's week or day. One participant even knew how stressed a friend was and suggested a drink will probably have a lot of strawberries, as strawberry was a flavor we mapped to remedy stress. Depending on the components of the hot cocoa, some flavor to journal mapping entries were more obvious than others. The most commonly pointed out mapping was sweetness to positive entries. Participants who got sweeter and more cinnamon-flavored hot cocos reported being able to taste the entry more easily and were able to reference specific parts of their entry that might have resulted in sweetening their cocoa. Overall, our study supports the potential of tangible reflections taste as a novel form of socially interactive self-reflection.